Yo, what's good, people? Man Like Abs, episode 2 of the Man Like Abs podcast. And today I'm going to be talking about how has social media affected dating and, what are the effects of social media on dating. So, I think it's a good and a bad thing, depending on who you are, how old you are, and what you grew up with in social media. So, I think social media is really good. You see success stories where people meet on social media or on dating sites or whatever, and everyone, you see success stories where people are able to come together, find someone that makes sense for them, and be happy. But like I said, there's also the other part of it where, like I said, depending on how old you are and how long, if you grew up with social media in your formative years, how dating life is going. Because, from what I've observed, like, for instance, I grew up in a weird time where we didn't have social media like that. So the thing that man was battling with was MSN or them kind of things there where you'd have to talk to someone, and on MSN you might nudge your school friends like, yo, you're gonna be at school? Yeah, I'm gonna be at school. Like all that kind of stuff. And you log off of MSN and see them in school. MySpace and all them other things there, like where it wasn't what it is today. So you knew enough about, the beginning, you were in the beginning stages of social media, but you were kind of old enough where you'd played outside, you'd been in the real world, you'd interacted with people. And I think that plays a big part in like what, is going on with the dating thing now. So, once upon a time, man like myself, I'm from the days where you'd go out on the roads and you might, if you see a nice girl, you might be like, yo, excuse me, can I talk to you? You try and talk to her, see what she's saying, give her a nice compliment, introduce yourself, make sure your confidence and your breath is not kicking, and you try and get the number, she turn you down, or well, you keep it moving. And over time, you build your social skills. You learn how to navigate, you learn how to go into awkward social situation and be able to talk to people and communicate. So, if you were raised in those kind of environments, those times, and that's what you were doing back then, like when it came to dating, you kind of had some sort of ability or confidence to be able to talk to somebody face to face without any problems, without any issues in it, because you've been through that before. Nowadays, like with people trying to get into the whole dating thing now that have grown up with social media, they're not outside. People don't even talk to people outside no more. If you're going out now and a guy tries to say, excuse me, 9 times out of 10, because of the consensus and all that, you think a guy's trying to attack you or something. It's not the norm anymore for that to happen, for you to see someone and face to face actually try to talk to them. So what's actually happened now, because everyone's on their phones and stuff, some people ain't getting the social skills they're supposed to get. And that actually comes into play with the dating stuff, innit? Because then how many times you see these things where, oh, he was nice, but when I met him face to face, the spark weren't there, he wasn't confident, or she wasn't confident, or they weren't looking me in my eyes and all that kind of stuff. Because as much as we don't want to say it, the people that grew up with social media, you weren't playing outside. Like if you're going outside, it's not the same. Like you're not playing outside with your mates. You're not, taking your bike and going around the block. You're not seeing someone and speaking to them face to face. Nowadays it's WhatsApp, Insta, Snapchat, if you still use that, Twitter, TikTok, like you're sliding in DMs, sending emoticons and all that kind of stuff. So it's a bit mad now, because the funny thing is, you do all that because you're behind the screen. It's very safe. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, is Twitter fingers is easy. Do the Twitter things in real life is long. So what I think is happening is that I think a lot of us, are not what some people just ain't having the social skills now that they should have. And that affects the dating thing now. Because now you can do all the talking, all the sliding in DMs, all the emojis, all the, funny videos and jokes. But then when it comes to meeting up, you're not used to that situation, so you can't hold your own, and it's awkward. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, fam, I remember back in the day, like there's situations where there's someone that's so dead, yeah. Their convo so dead. It's like a stone. And where I got to the point, I was like, nah, like man knows I will get blood out of this stone somehow. And eventually you crack it and you're like, okay, this is what she likes to talk about. And you know, you're in, and then the conversation slowly, gradually begins to flow. And it's like, okay, now, yeah. You know, and it starts to flow. But if you ain't used to that, you ain't used to those situations, you don't have the social, social situation and experience, you can't do that. You can't do that. So those situations there, you're just like, oh, I don't know what to do. Like, you know, I'll give you an example, yeah? How many times you see a motive where, you know, there's guys, there's girls, you're expecting people to come together, talk to each other, whatever, and you just see bare people on phones, heads down on phones like this, yeah? And then when they're about to do a Snapchat or Insta video, everyone's coming like, yeah, we're having fun. Then the second the video's done, everyone goes back down like this. And you're like looking like, bro, what's going on? Like, you said you came here to draw, like to meet new people, to meet, you know, women and all that, and you're sitting here on your phone because you're too shook to go over there and all that kind of stuff. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's mad. I think that's one of the things that we don't think about, is that do we really have social skills? With all the social media out there, are we really social? Do you see what I'm saying? With all the posts and everything that everyone does, do you have the ability to go and speak and, you know, put your best foot forward and you know, meet new people and, you know, possibly turn it into a dating situation? I'm not too sure. And I think I've seen it with, you know, some of the people that grew up with social media now. When they're telling you something, you're like, bro, if this situation's got you on the ropes, fam, if you were in our day where a girl, if you try and move to a girl could actually par you to your face in front of your brethrens, so for everyone to see, and you have to take down the chin and be like, yo, don't worry, I'll come back better next time, and all that kind of thing. Like, it's mad. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I remember a situation, yeah, where one of the brethrens is moving to a girl, yeah. Yo, excuse me, can I talk to you? You know, all that kind of stuff. Trying to talk to her. The girl just looked at him up, down. She said, don't waste my time. Keep it moving. Yeah? Man wanted to, like, man's whole courage, everything just deleted itself. My man just, everyone was laughing at him, all that kind of stuff. Man was quiet for the rest of the day. Man didn't say nothing. Didn't say a single word. A single word. Man's courage was demolished. Obviously, he had courage. He approached it. It backfired, and my girl pardoned him. And, you know, he took down the chin. He was quiet. Next day, now he was like, don't worry, man. Next time I have my A game. I'll have my A. Don't worry. Like, it happens, innit? But in this generation now, like, people ain't even got the stomach for that kind of stuff. And then it's weird when you're trying to meet someone and it's like, oh, I don't know how to. It's weird. It's awkward. All fun and games behind the screen, but when you meet in person, it's awkward. So I think that's the first way social media has affected the thing. Second way, yeah, like, look, what do they say? A picture tells 1,000 words, but pictures lie, yeah? So I think another way that, you know, social media has mashed up the thing is that too many people are seeing lifestyles that's not realistic to, you know, it's not realistic anyway. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, we're seeing celebrities, millionaires, people with real money, taking people on luxurious dates and all that every day. Like, think of it this way, yeah? Every day seeing certain things, certain alcohol, certain restaurants, all these kind of stuff floating about, certain people being treated to stuff every day. In your mind, the more you're seeing it, the more you're thinking this is attainable. But respect your wage grade, like, respect the thing and understand that that's not for everyone. And I think a lot of people now are thinking it's for them when it's not. So an example would be like, when you're seeing, okay, let's say you want to go and talk to, like, for instance, yeah, a date, correct me if I'm wrong, usually it's supposed to be, if you're meeting someone for a first date, obviously you're not going to take them to McDonald's or nothing like that. But at the same time, a date is supposed to be to get to know someone, yeah? It's supposed to, I like you, you may like me. We don't know if we like each other. Let's spend some time together and get to know if there's something there that we want to see each other again, yeah? That's all it's supposed to be, yeah? It's not supposed to be this mad thing where people are saying, take me Novikov, take me Haki-san, take me here, take me there. Like, if a guy ain't doing this on the first date, he's a bum or whatever. Like, I've seen situations where man will just, talk to a girl and says, oh, let's go to a bar for drinks. I'll pay for the drinks or whatever. It's not a problem. And the girl's saying, oh, we can't, we're going for drinks. I need to be taken for, a fine dining experience. Like, I'm not no cheap babes. You need to treat me. You need to wine and dine me. Like, if you can't do that, then step off. Like, and it's mad, like, where are you getting this from? Like, what sense is that making? Do you see what I'm saying? What sense is that making? Like, because you're seeing it, it doesn't mean it's realistic. And at the end of the day, the purpose of a date is just to get to know somebody. And I think because we're seeing money, we're seeing luxury, we're seeing all these things all the time, a lot of people are starting to believe that, yeah, I deserve that, or that's what I'm on, like, that's what I should get. Do you see what I'm saying? When you're seeing some of these people, these are celebrities, they both can do that. Do you see what I'm saying? You see the guy take us to an expensive restaurant, and you see her buy the guy some expensive car, or buy him, like, just give him like a duffel bag of money. You're seeing madnesses like that. So that's their level. And let's say it. Some people are going around saying, I need this and that, and what you're asking for is not your financial level. Because if the person asked you to do return now, okay, I've taken you here, next day you take me somewhere, your phone line is going to be, phone line's going to be put down. You're not going to hear it. So I think that's really important. Like, people need to look at that and actually understand that the whole dating thing, you shouldn't let social media make you think it is what it shouldn't be. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's mad when even when you see some of these tweets where everyone's like, he has to pay this amount, that amount, this, that, he has to earn this, he has to show me he's got peas, he has to do this, he has to do that. Like, calm it down. Like, of course, if it's a place that, like, if someone's taking you to, like, a local chip shop, of course, that you're going to be like, what? That's mad. But if someone's off, like, a decent place, a bar, a restaurant that, that makes sense, it's not too extravagant, it's not, like, 1-star rating either, at the end of the day, it's a date. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I know some man that was, it got to a point where man was just had like bare dates lined up, yeah? I saw the guy was like dating like every couple days, yeah? Taking girls here, taking girls there. Fam, by the end of the month, my guy was like, bro, I'm broke, fam. Like, he was waiting for payday because it's expensive. So say you take someone out, say I'm a guy, I'm taking, let's say I've got like five potentials that I'm talking to, yeah? And maybe I want to take each one out on a date and I arrange it. Like, how much am I going to, if I'm taking you to some super expensive place now, what about the other people I might want to see that might be a better match? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's mad. Money is not water. You can't just be like pouring it everywhere like that. You know what I'm saying? It's mad. And then what happens when is a situation where some women want to go on a date just to eat. They want to go to a restaurant. They knew before they even decided to go out with this guy, there's no attraction there. And then they just want to go out to eat and use him just to eat. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you have parents, you have a job, you can feed yourself. I don't know why some people do that, where it's like they just want to get fed. And then they'll say, my man took me here. And then they're doing some tweet about it. They're happy and proud, like waving the thing around. Do you see what I'm saying? And like, even the same thing as well, like even Mandem as well, like the same thing. Like, where you let social media get to your head, like where you're thinking, if you take her here and here, then it equals bedroom submission holds and, jumping off the top turnbuckle in the bedroom. Like, that don't make sense as well. Do you know, like, it's mad as well. Like, when everyone thinks what's on social media is how life should be, and it's not the case. Like, when we're seeing all these things, it's not the case. So I would say with that one, yeah, that's affected the whole thing, because the expectations is too unreal now. It's just unreal. You're expecting the world. And all right, let's have it from here. Say you take someone on an expensive first date now. You're setting the bar way up here. It's only going to go up. Do you see what I'm saying? It's human nature that you always want better. You always want to get to the next level. So it's that same thing. Humans, is our human nature. We always want more. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why you see people always going for more, always trying to achieve more. Where it's like by most people's, you know, in most people's books, you've already got everything. Why are you still striving? Because it's human nature to want more. So if someone gave you let's say someone just gave you a big yard for free, you come back and try and get another yard for free. Do you see what I'm saying? If someone gave you, I don't know, if someone gave you like a one-of-a-kind car, you'll try and get another one-of-a-kind car. It's just this. It's just the thing. So with the whole dating thing as well, if you're trying to get people up here to some next high unrealistic thing, you're just gonna want more and more and more, and it's unattainable, it's unreal. And let's have it right. Some places where you're seeing certain people go, or people of influence going and stuff, you don't know what they might have a deal where you get discount if you show that you're here and shout us out. You know, you might get. There's so many things like, fam, like. Remember the times on social media where people were going IKEA and then they were saying, "Oh, my sitting room's real nice," and then people were spotting out going, "Nah, you're in IKEA. Stop lying." Like those kind of things. Like social media is a highlight reel. People can put the picture together and all that kind of stuff. So why are we believing these expectations? Because it just means on both sides, man and women, your expectations could be up here, and in real life, it's not realistic. When it comes down to it, then you're going, he's not the one. And that takes me on to the other point, where how social media is madding up the thing. It's people are more connected, but then it also means now that we're kind of treating everyone like a conveyor belt. So what do I mean by this? So back in the day, before social media, you might meet people through a church, friends of friends, social gatherings, I don't know, events maybe, night out, all that kind of stuff. So you might meet maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 eligible guys in the ends or whatever, yeah? With social media now, it's like globalization. So what's happened now is you are now connected to everybody around, in the UK, in South, East, West, wherever, even other countries and stuff. So anyone can slide in your DM. Anyone can say what's up. So what's happening now is you're gonna start see people are now starting to get your appetite's too big now. So if you got, I don't know, let's say back in the day you might have 4 guys to pick from and all that. You might take a bit of time to get to know them, to actually give them a chance to show themselves and whatever. Now you got like 30, 40, 50 DMs firing off, man, from all over the gaff. People like, what's your cash app? Like trying to send you money and all that. Your head is gone. Your head is sky high now. Now, the guy that might make sense, you can't even see, you're not even gonna give him the time. It's like, if you're not gonna do what them man are doing over there, then it's X for you. Like you're getting air. And I think that's affecting the thing a lot as well, because like people are not taking time to actually date properly, to get to know properly, because there's so much choice. It's like, what's the thing they always say? It's like, when you have so much choice, you just become stagnant, because it's just like, or what happens is you just end up just microwave music. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, let's think of it this way, yeah? I'll give an analogy, like, all right, let's put it into something else. Let's say like, let's look at the music industry, yeah? Back in the day, top rappers or whatever, it used to take, like, there'll be some gaps between their albums, innit? With gaps between their albums. So it might be a year, it might be 2 years, 3 years. People anticipate, the anticipation builds up. The person has time to really pattern up their album. They release their album. Everyone's like, yes, you go, you listen to it, you take it in and all that kind of stuff. And that was the way things were done. Nowadays, people can someone can drop an album today, 6 months time, they got another album. What's going to happen is, what's happened with the music industry is, and everyone kind of knows this, is there's so much music, we don't listen to music, like we don't take it in the same. So I might have taken in an album and sat down, taking it in and like really appreciated the album and be like, raw, that's a good album. Nowadays, there's a new album coming out every week. I'm not going to take it in properly now. I'm just going to, all right, this one, first few tracks, okay, yeah. That's how some people are treating this dating thing. It's actually mad. Like, is mad. Like, I see situations where you'd be talking to a girl, she'd be saying, there's no guys out there. You'd be like, what, really? How many guys have got in your DM? She'll show you your DM. You'll be like, what do you mean? There's bare man, oh nah, this one, I went on his profile, this one here, this one that. You're like, you've not even spoke to the guy, you left him air. What are you talking about? And I think that's the thing, with too much choice and the conveyor belt thing, people are just not interacting properly and actually getting to know people properly, because it's like, it's so fast paced now that everyone's just like, whatever, yeah. You have these little things that you look out for and you'll say, oh, no, to the side, dismissing. You're not even getting to know the person. And that's because now you can connect with everyone, around the world, basically. And it's messing up the whole game, because now somebody that can actually make sense now, he's not going to be brought through. He can't cut through. Do you see what I'm saying? He can't cut through. And then that even leads to the next point about, the big-headedness of the situation as well. So you got someone let's say someone that's earning average salary, yeah, in your local area. He's doing his thing. Let's say before social media, you might have given him a chance. You might have, in a normal world, where if you lived in the real world, you might have given him a chance. You might have got to know him and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Now, with social media now, that's not the case. Now, because you're connected with the whole world, there might be some next guy that's got maybe making double the money now, a high earner, from somewhere else hollering your line, hollering your DM, sliding your DM. The guy that actually you might actually vibe with is there, but because you're seeing money, currency, pound sterling is an X. You're not, the guy's invisible to you now. Now you're looking for the X. You're just going up. And it's like, this is the problem, is everyone's stuck in this up business. Even Mandem as well. Like, you'll see like a girl that looks nice and all that, and then you're going on social media looking for someone that's had like, looking for this type, oh no, I earn peas, man. I need someone I need the BBL package. I need this, I need that. Do you know? It's mad. Like, when you think of it, like, some men are looking for like unrealistic things, expectations as well. Like, for women to look a certain way, or if there's one little thing, blemish or imperfection, which no one's perfect anyway, you're calling it off or whatever. Do you see what I'm saying? Or someone will look a certain way and you're just gonna paint her like, she looks kind of this. I'm not even gonna take this one too seriously, She looks like one of them kind of girls. You're like, bro, you ain't even got to know her. Like, why are you assuming, based on how she looks, that she's gonna behave this way? Do you see what I'm saying? So I think it's mad, it's washed all the way through. And, it takes me through to my other point, yeah? I think the biggest thing how social media has mashed up everyone is, if you look at social media, Instagram, all this kind of thing, you're all speaking through the same way. You're using text. It's like a new way of text messaging. If you think of it, if you actually deep it, a DM is literally, you're sending text, someone reads it, and then they respond. And then whatever, that graduates to maybe phone calls or FaceTime or whatever. But usually it always starts with text. And the funny thing about written, like when you write text and all that, I think I must have done one course one time, and they were saying like the writing is like is essential, but it's one of the most often misunderstood things, because when someone writes something, you can't pick up on all the kind of face-to-face human interaction cues that there would be there. So for instance, if I speak to you now, I could say something in a certain tone, my body language, my facial expression, my hands, if I'm, how I'm saying it, there's ways I could say something. So I could be like, are you stupid? Are you stupid, fam? Are you stupid? Oh, are you stupid? Oh, you're stupid, man. Get off. Like, there's the same thing, but completely different meanings because of how I'm saying it. Do you see what I'm saying? Because of the human gestures that I'm putting there to let you know what I mean with what I'm saying. With text, with DMs, with any, tweets, with anything, all these DM business, you don't have that. So sometimes it could be very difficult for you to actually get to know someone, because you can assume based on what you've read. So how many times do you see someone tweet something and everyone's like, oh my gosh, you can't say that, and the person's like, that's not what I meant. What I meant was this. And, oh my gosh, like crucify them. Or like, it's mad. Like, all right, I'll give you an example, yeah? There was a situation with a man then back in the day that it makes me laugh all the time, yeah? So my man was talking to a girl, got a number, you know, they're texting back and forth, all that. Anyway, she was like, he was trying to meet her, like, oh, what are you doing today? She's like, oh, I'm busy today. I'm meeting up with one of my friends. He's like a brother kind of thing, innit? So she said that by text. So obviously, my man thought it would be nice, innit? Like, try and do like a little romantic gesture. So he said, that makes sense. It makes sense that guys would always want to be around you because you're a beautiful ray of sunshine. That's what he meant to say. My man texted the first part, yeah? Within seconds, he texted the first part, the girl texted back, what do you mean? Are you saying I'm a Jay-Z? Are you saying I'm a Jay-Z? Are you saying that I'm always around guys and we're like completely blew it out of proportion, yeah? Obviously, my man tried to explain the situation. No, I was trying to give you a compliment, this, and he tried to hit her with the second line so she would understand, but she wasn't having it. The whole thing collapsed from there. Just finished from there because he meant to say something and she misunderstood it. So I think that's also a big thing because, you know, if we are saying now that meeting people face to face is dead and that's not the way, then obviously the only next thing now is then you're gonna have to play the game, DMs, all this, whatever, and that is an issue with, you know, with text. How many times have you seen in a WhatsApp someone might put something in there and you've read it a certain way, and then you're like, raw, that's mad, and it's like, no, what? And then when you speak to them, like maybe you meet up with them the following week or something, and they're like, no, that's not what I meant, and they say it to you again in person. You're like, oh yeah. That's the miscommunication that happens, I think, a lot, and it affects the whole dating thing as well. Because then it's like you might not vibe with somebody. Like if someone's like got a lot of banter, like banter works sometimes through text. It doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't. So let's say you're someone that banters a lot, likes to bust jokes. If someone is very, you know, cut and dry, very black and white, and you're talking to them, it might come across mad when you're DMing them. It's like, what? Oh, this he's a weirdo. Like, he's a scumbag. Like, it's mad. It's coming across mad. But then, if you then you might meet that person somewhere by chance or whatever, and you'd be like, oh, you know what? That person is actually not bad, you know? He's better in person. Like, I don't know how, sometimes you always hear that, oh, it's better in person. We vibe better in person. That's why, because you actually pick up on the energy and get to talk to them. So I think that affects the dating thing a lot as well. And I think, you know, people need to, you know, look into that and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, you know, that's just my 2 cents on the situation. That's how I think social media is affecting the dating thing. And to be honest, I think what the solution to it is, you know, just try to, you know, graduate it to face and, you know, be upfront and, you know, try and present your best self in it. So if you know, like, there's some people, they don't like to text. Maybe they're callers. If they don't like to call, maybe they, you know, just go out on a date, meet face to face, and then from there try and see what's going on. But that's my 2 cents on the situation. Like, share, comment below. If there's any topics you want me to give my opinion on, let me know, and I'll catch you on the next one.